Now, students, in this particular video, we are going to study about nouns and kinds of nouns. Now, what do you mean by a noun? Noun is the name of a person, place, animal, or a thing. Okay. Now, in this particular screen, you will be seeing there are altogether 10 kinds of nouns. Okay, altogether there are 10 kinds of nouns. Okay, now the first kind of a noun which we are going to study is the common noun. Okay, the first is the common noun. Now, what is the common noun? Now, common noun is non-specific people or the places or the thing or the ideas. Okay. For example, man, city, religion, etc. These are all a common noun which can be commonly used. Okay. Like students, for example, students. How many students are there in the class? So it is commonly the word student is used in common for all the children who are sitting in the class. We all belong to city Nasik. Okay, so city here is commonly used for all the cities in the country. Okay, so common noun is non-specific people, not means not specially any person or a place or a thing or any of the ideas are mentioned. Okay, they are used in a common. Okay, now the second one is the proper noun. A proper noun is always a name and it is specifically given to a person or a place or a thing. Example: Albert Einstein, London, a rose. Okay, so specifically when a people or a place or even any object, so it is a proper noun. Okay, therefore usually proper noun is used in the beginning of a sentence and is used in a capital word. It begins with a capital letter. Okay, no matter wherever it appears in the sentence, wherever it appears in the sentence, but it should begin with a capital letter. Okay, so this is what the proper noun is. Okay, now come to the third one. The third one is the abstract noun. Okay, the third one is the abstract noun. So what is the abstract noun? Abstract noun that you can not perceive with your five senses. Okay, something that you cannot perceive with your five senses. Example: okay, belief, love, pride, happiness, means which you cannot receive with your five senses. Okay, that is called as an abstract noun. Okay, which cannot be perceived with your five senses, and that is termed as an abstract noun. For example, intelligence, then calmness, a skill. Okay, which we cannot be which we cannot perceive or which we cannot get with the help of the five senses. Okay, now after this come to the concrete noun. Okay, what are concrete nouns? Concrete nouns, something you can perceive with your five senses. This is what the difference is there between a abstract noun and the concrete noun. Okay, this is what the difference is there between the abstract noun and the concrete noun. Okay, abstract noun cannot be perceived with your five senses, whereas concrete noun it can be perceived with your five senses. Okay, that is apple, lion, eyes, flower, etc. Okay, apple you can eat, you can taste. Lion you can see with your eyes. Okay, eyes, it is a part of your five senses. Flower, you can see with your eyes. So these are all the concrete nouns which can be perceived with your five senses. Okay, now both countable and uncountable nouns can be concrete or abstract. Okay, now here one more thing you will see, that is the countable noun and the uncountable noun. Okay, so the countable nouns and the uncountable nouns can be concrete also or can be abstract also. Okay, which I have already marked with a red tick mark, that is the abstract noun and the concrete noun. So the countable noun and the uncountable noun can be abstract noun or a concrete noun. Okay, so what are countable noun? Which can be counted. Okay, you can count it. Okay, which can be countable. They are called as the countable noun. Example, pencil, apple, or apples. Okay, that can be counted. You can count it in numbers. So those are all nouns are called as the countable nouns. And uncountable noun means which cannot be counted. The name itself defines, the name itself suggests that what is an uncountable noun which cannot be counted, like milk, music, water, snow, rice. Okay, they are in ample quantity. Okay, if it is an ample quantity, for example rice. Okay, if you are just taking uh, rice in a very small quantity, okay, in a very small quantity, so it can be counted. But when rice you are purchase it in heaps, or if it is there in front of you, okay, with a huge bowl of rice, then it will not be countable. Okay, it is uncountable. So uncountable noun is that noun which cannot be counted. Example, milk, music, food, water, snow. Okay, so it can be an abstract noun and it can be a concrete noun also. So got the difference between the countable noun and uncountable noun? Countable, which can be counted; uncountable, which cannot be counted. Now come to the next kind of a noun, that is a compound noun. Okay, now what do you mean by a compound noun? Which can be joined together. Okay, made up of two or more small words. Okay, that type of a noun is called as a compound noun. For example, uh, textbook. Now textbook, text is another word and book is another word, but if you join these two words it becomes a textbook. So it is a compound noun. Then come to snowball. Snow is another word, ball is another word. So snowball, it's a compound noun because you are joining these two words and making one word, and that is called as a compound noun. Then after this come to the collective noun. Okay, the next noun which we are going to study is the collective noun. Now the collective noun, it refers to the group of things as one whole in collection. That is, for example, bunch of grapes. Okay, now you eat grapes, so grapes is a bunch. Okay, it comes in a bunch. It not one single grape you won't get, it will come in a bunch. So it is in collection, it is in group. Okay, so a bunch of grapes, audience. Okay, now what is audience? Now for example, if you have gone to watch a movie, or if you have gone to watch a play, so you all people sitting there are an audience who have come there together, who come together to be a spectator for a show. You have come there as an audience to watch something. Okay, so you have come in collection, so that is called as a collective noun. Then a group of people. Okay, when a group of people have come to meet the headmaster of the school, a group of people, they have come in collection, not a specific person has not come. All these people have come in a group, so it's a collection of the people. Okay, family does not have only one person in that. Family is a group of members. It can be mother, father, brother, sister, grandfather, grandmother, auntie, uncle. So it's a family, it's a group of people. Okay, so collective noun, it refers to the group of people or a group of things as one whole. Come to the singular noun, refers to one person, place, thing. Okay, for example, cat, dog, sheep, monkey. So it's a singular noun because it is in single, it is in one person or one place or a thing. And the last one is the plural noun. So singular and plural. Singular noun means which refers to one person. Plural noun means which more than one person, place or a thing. If I say in singular noun, if it is a cat, so in plural it will become cats. If it is singular noun, if it is coming dog, then in plural it will be dogs. Okay, if singular noun we have seen ship, then it will be ships. In singular noun, if it is a baby, then in plural noun it will be babies. Okay, and plural nouns are formed, children, by adding s or es or ies, okay, to one single word or a one noun, okay, then it becomes a plural noun. Okay, so all these are said to be the kinds of sentences which we have studied right now. Okay.